Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Don't allow someone to take you off your money program. And your money program could be anything. It could be just your plain budget. You could have an ordinary 9-to-5 job and you just have a budget on how you spend your money. Or your money program could be being an entrepreneur. Or it could be that you get your regular money, but you also got money set aside for investments and you have a investment plan. Your money program is whatever thing that you do with your money, how you make it, how you save it, how you spend it, how you invest it. That's your money program. Now, whatever you got, don't let anybody take you off of it, especially if it's working. Now, if you're on a money program, it's not working, and someone comes to you or you read something or however you come about it and it improves your money program, well, then, okay, that's better for you. But this is more for the people who are very wise in how they spend their money. They have a plan. They got financial options. They know they're making money at their job or their business, or what a lot of people do, job and business at the same time. But see, here's the thing. Most of the time, we'll get people who are going to support whatever we're doing. But then sometimes people are going to try to get you to do something else. Like the money program that's being an entrepreneur. I've spoke several times about how you want to get some person going to try to tell you, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, or you should be doing that, or you shouldn't spend your money that way. And that's a real problem. That's a real problem. And all you need to do is say, is this working for me? And if it is, it's like, stay with it. The most you should do with your money program is just improve what's working. Now, if somebody says something that can improve what you're doing, like legitimately improve, like they give you some stuff, some information, some insights, and you explore it yourself and say, oh, okay, it works. But I'm mainly talking about people who try to get you off it. Like people will say, well, you don't need to save that money. Money's there to spend it. I've actually dealt with people like that. Or say, and you get this a lot in relationships. Because even though on my men's channel, not so much on my women's channel, but mainly on my men's channel, I say, look, you don't use money to get women. The reality is, and also, on my women's channel too, I say, look, don't look at that guy just for money. But the reality is money does come into it if you're talking about a long-term relationship, especially if you're talking about marriage or something like that, or having a family. Now, a problem there is you got one person who might be a wise spender. Like there are numerous instances I've heard, mostly men, but some women too. They very prudent with how they spend their money. They're very wise, very intelligently. They spend their money very intelligently and they always have money. But then they get with a mate who just wants to spend it like crazy. And that's usually who takes you off your program, somebody intimate with you. And not just in a romantic way, but a friend or something like that, family member. And they just get caught up into it. And sometimes you follow along and then you looking back like, dang, if I had just did this. Stick with it. And I would say just the general criteria has to be, is this working for you? Like the first criteria is, are you making the money? That's the first thing. Are you doing something that's going to make the money? Okay, that's the program. Stick with that. But then how you spend the money, that's mainly the important thing. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. People can talk about 6 figures, even 7 figures. And then you might, but here's the funny thing, because of money management, because their program for how they manage their money is lousy. They might not have any money. You got some people making a lot of money. Like I knew this, when I was working at this gym, there was a young lady working there, and she kind of annoyed me. So if she hears this, I don't care. But she made more money than I did. I'm working 2 jobs, one in the government, and she still made more money. Yet she spent it like she was lousy in how she spent it. She didn't manage it well. Like you can make a lot of money. Like you can get somebody who might be making a mere $30,000 a year, and they actually manage their money better than someone making $100,000. But that's because they have a good program. They manage it well. Like whatever discipline you have, don't let everybody take you out of it. Or somebody try to like say, well, you should spend money on these fly clothes. Or, instead of getting that late model car that's going to probably all told run you about $1,000 with car payments, insurance, and gas and upkeep. Shoot, you might get that used car only paying like $200 a month. But it's running good. You ain't spending as much money. Then you could put a lot more away. But, you get some people, they say, well, you should get this. You should get that. Have you noticed that with some people who just spend their money? You should have this, or you get some people, their attitude is, hey, you got money, show it. And, it's kind of funny. People who really make money don't really show it, but that's their program. Now, here's the other thing, too. If you are that type who's a spendthrift, and it works for you for whatever reason. Like no matter how much you spend, you always got other money and it's good for you. You know what? Even though it's not my personal thing, don't let me take you off your money program. My thing is this. What if it works for you, keep doing it. If it works for you. That's the thing. But see, I've seen too many people, they had plans for businesses or they had decent jobs. And they'll have somebody, like I said, a lot of times a mate that will get them into stuff. Or, they don't have the same habits. Indeed, if I'm talking about mating, let me go off on a tangent. And I've talked about this before in a podcast. It's very important that two people, if they're going to be in a relationship, at least on the same page as far as money. It's not about how much money they got, it's how they spend it. Does one have a poverty consciousness or an abundance consciousness? And like I said, I've talked about that before, and that's very important. Just had to go on that tangent real quick. But bottom line, once you develop your spending habits, once you develop your way of bringing in money, and you are benefiting from it, don't let anybody try to change up. Seriously, don't let anybody try to change you up. At best, if they got some information to increase what you're doing, okay, listen to them. But even then, you still make the final decision what you want to do. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for now. Y'all know what to do. Let's go make that money.